Good morning. It is 11:15 on this beautiful Friday. Your girl has already worked out. This morning was a little bit of a rough morning. I was very nauseous and I just was not feeling well, so I kind of stayed in bed a little longer. And that's okay. Listen to your body. I got my hands on what's called a gua sha. This is supposed to be really good with like helping your face, your lymphatic drainage. One thing I've noticed with the medication that I'm on is that I hold a lot of water weight. And this double chin is getting real. And before I go spending thousands of dollars on getting that shit dissolved, I figured I would try the gua sha technique out. Now, don't come at me if I'm not doing it properly. I don't know. You gotta go with the flow of things. I'm not an expert. I don't have any face oils. I'm just gonna use the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask and we're gonna dive on it. If this actually works, that'd be pretty bold. There's like so many different techniques you can use with this. I like to also keep mine in the freezer to make it nice and cool. I really want to get a skincare fridge, but it's not a necessity. Do your eyebrows. I really need to get rid of that double chin. It's been a huge insecurity of mine, and it never really was like noticeable because of masks and stuff, but since the mask mandate is not there, I've noticed it so much. But like, I know it's truly nothing I can do. It's just part of the side effects of my medication that I'm on. Towards the end of this vlog, you guys will get the lowdown on what's happening with me and all that kind of jazz. In no way am I doing this as like a cry for help or for sympathy or anything. I just know that a lot of people are curious. They've just noticed, you know, my overall like self-decline, and it could also help one or two of you guys out there as well, right? So don't be hateful. There's no room in this world for hate. While my face just settles for a moment, we're gonna go ahead and just quickly dry my hair. Your girl finally got her hands on the Dyson Airwrap and I've been obsessed. And just like that, my hair is nice and styled. Sometimes depending on the day, if I want, I'll kind of leave it a little bit damp so then I can use the Airwrap and just kind of curl it a bit, but I typically just use the round brush and the smoothing brush to give it a nice silky smooth look. We are just gonna do some basic makeup to not make myself look like I'm from the dead. We are back at it again with the Jeep Chronicles. We are going to hit up the car wash because this bitch is so dirty. I'm mad about it. That's one thing I do kind of regret getting a white vehicle versus a black one, is that I just notice it's so much dirtier, faster. I don't know. Do you guys agree? Do you agree that white cars get dirtier, faster? Dirtier, faster? Am I speaking English? I'm also starving, so I'm gonna have a little snack. I'm obsessed with these Smart Sweets. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see. Like, it's a sick addiction, not gonna lie. But yeah, we're gonna go to the car wash, then we're gonna go to Starbucks, and then we're gonna sit down and have a nice long discussion. You know the drill. Jam out. Deep in your soul. In your soul. You know what I've really been craving? Is a vanilla bean latte, but dairy free.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you? If you don't already have the Starbucks app, what are you waiting for? You need to get those points. Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good day. We're gonna scoochie on home. Now, before we go any further, I have to go get my steroids because I forgot to take them when I ate my lunch, and that's important, so BRB. Time to take some delicious pills. It's time to get cozy. it's time to chat. I really hope I don't get emotional. I can't promise you if I will or I won't. This has been a super hard pill for me to swallow. It truly came out of nowhere. There's no family history of it. This diagnosis really came out of nowhere, and it really took a long time for them to pinpoint exactly what was happening. It literally took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. To start off, last year in June, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, similar to Crohn's, but I'm not going to compare it to Crohn's because Crohn's is its own little thing. So initially, this may be a little TMI, but if you're a person who really gets grossed out and stuff, like disclaimer, like just skip past this. But if you are interested to know exactly what UC is and all that kind of stuff, I pretty much started noticing blood in my stool at the beginning of last year. And at first I wasn't really concerned about it. I kind of just ignored the fact. A part of me was like, maybe I'm getting hemorrhoids. Like, I don't know, you know, like life is life. You never know what life's gonna throw at you. And then it started to get really consistent. So then I said, okay, it's time to go to the doctors. This is obviously not normal. I don't know what's happening. I need to get this looked at. This is right when the pandemic started, so I was very scared to go to the doctors, period. But I bit the bullet. I went to the doctor. He said, that is very alarming. You are too young to be experiencing this. You need to go get a colonoscopy like right away. So they set up a colonoscopy for me. I was assigned a GI, and I'm gonna be honest, it all went downhill from there. The GI that I was initially assigned, no shade to him, I'm sure he's been in the practice for a very long time, but he was extremely passive. All the symptoms I was having and everything, like I would always keep him up to date. I don't know, like maybe I was that one annoying patient who would always call because of this symptom, that symptom, whatever it may be. But like this was now going on for over 6 months and nothing was improving. Even after my colonoscopy, even after being prescribed medication, like I was just significantly decreasing, and that was very alarming to me because, as most of you guys know, I'm a very upbeat, energetic, positive person. And obviously when you're losing that much blood, like you're not having regular bowel movements, like there's so much happening internally that it starts to really affect who I am. So anyways, I was kind of fed up with my doctor because, you know, he was super hard to get a hold of. When I would call and I would explain to him my symptoms, he would just like increase the doses of my medication. He would prescribe me these other enemas. He was just like, oh, you're fine. It's normal for your body to be going through that. Like, don't worry about it. You'll be fine, kind of thing. And I was like, well, no, I don't think I'm fine. Like, this is just getting worse. Don't you think I should be getting better? Don't you think I should be in remission? Like, all this kind of stuff. And he was just very, nope, you're fine. You're fine. You're young. Your body will heal itself and whatever else. So I was like, Kate, no, screw this. Like, I need a second opinion. I need to go get referred to a different GI. So I went back to my doctor's office and I was denied my right to see another GI. I saw 2 different doctors and they both told me it was not worth my time to try to see another GI because I'm already a current patient, so I'm bumped to the bottom of the list. At first I was really thrown back because A, you cannot deny me my right to see or get a second opinion. That's my right. I was so unhappy with both those doctors. I was like, okay, whatever. They straight up like denied me. Like, no, I'm not ready to give a referral, unfortunately. You should try to contact your GI and you should really try to talk to him. And I'm like, look, I've tried to talk to him. I've tried to express how I feel, my symptoms. I've kept him in a loop and he just says, you're fine, don't worry about it. And at this point, like, I knew I wasn't fine. I knew something deeper was happening and I really wanted to get to the bottom of it. I went to a completely different clinic in general. I saw a doctor I've never ever seen before, and I was just explaining to him like my whole story. And I told him like, look, I want to see another GI. Like, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care the wait time. Put me on the list and let me just wait it out. That's the only thing I want. He agreed to that. He said, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna put you on the GI triage. It could take some time, anywhere between like 6 months to like a year plus, but at this time, you're right, like you have nothing to lose, so let's just put you on the list and let's kind of go from there. The one thing with UC is that it's not visible to the naked eye. You could not look at me and know that I'm sick because it's an autoimmune disease. People only started to realize that I was not myself by like my energy levels, by looking extremely tired. Things like that that are visible to the eye are how people started to notice something was going on with me. There's times where like I'm super bloated. I have a poop baby because I haven't had a bowel movement in like 2-3 days. It honestly is super hard and difficult. Anyways, earlier this year, I finally got in to see a GI at the Foothills Medical Clinic, and ever since
since then, she has been like heaven sent. I saw her and right away she was immediately concerned, considering that I've been on a certain medication for 9 months and nothing has improved. She was also very concerned as to why my doctor didn't go through the steps of like, if this medication doesn't work, then they move you on to this one, and it's like a gradual scale. Anyways, so she booked me in right away for more testings. I'm not joking when I say this all happened so fast. It was the biggest pill to swallow. My tests came back extremely alarming, so they were very concerning to her. So then she had to send me for more testings. She had to put me on a bunch of steroids and other medication. None of this medication was working. Thank God, these steroids that she has just put me on for the next 2 months before I start treatment, they have severe side effects, which is why I'm on a medical leave for 6 weeks, but they are the only things working for me right now. So even though I do get severe side effects, I am constantly nauseous, vomiting throughout the day. I have severe swelling. I don't sleep. I have serious insomnia, and I'm just overall, like, my energy levels are very low. I may seem like I'm very energetic through the camera, but I promise you only see a fraction of my day. There's some mornings where I wake up, I can be super energetic for the first 2-3 hours, and then it's like my body crashes. I have no energy. I'm drained. I really have to listen to my body. There's times where like it's super uncomfortable because I'm in so much abdominal pain. Super hard for me to pass gas, pass bowel movement, like anything and everything is super difficult, and I try to stay positive about it. The shitty thing is that all of the treatment up to now has not worked. No medications have worked. No enemas have helped. There's still been constant bleeding, and it's just overall been a serious roller coaster. This is something that I could have never foreseen myself go through. Again, it does not run in my family. I'm just that lucky one chosen that God was like, you know what? I'm gonna choose you and you're gonna go through this. So for the next 6 weeks, I am off work. I need to listen to my body. I need to let my body heal. And the shitty thing too with me, which is also why she had me go on a medical leave, is that I have a fear of public bathrooms. For the life of me, I cannot use public bathrooms. Even bathrooms like at friends' house and stuff like that, like it's not the same. And when I'm not in a comfortable setting, I can't use the bathroom. Even peeing is a hard thing for me. So being on a medical leave, being at my house is a lot better for my health overall. That way, if and when I do need to use the bathroom, I'm able to, and I'm not having to hold it in or ignore that or whatever it may be. And so now I'm starting what's called a biological treatment in the beginning of August. This is an IV infusion. This is pretty much my last resort in regards to treatment and medication, because if this does not work, then it just results in a surgery. I'm not ready to go to that route, so I'm gonna remain hopeful and pray that the biological treatment does help. It has had a really high turnaround. A lot of patients have gone into remission 8 weeks after their initial doses. It is something I will have to get for the rest of my life. They do have ones that you can self-inject, but for the time being, because of the severity of my case and how rare everything is, and just my overall response to medication has not been the greatest, they have me where I go on site to get the IV injections just so they can take all my blood work and, you know, like monitor me and stuff like that. So that is where I'm currently at with life. That is also why I've had to alter my overall diet. With IBD, there's a lot of restrictions for food. A lot of foods are triggers, so there's a lot of things that I can and cannot eat. So that is also another huge stressor for me, because I no longer have the luxury of just going anywhere and just grabbing food, because I have to be very conscious of what's in my food, what I'm eating, stuff like that. So yeah, it's just been an overall life-changing experience, to say the least. There has been a lot of up and downs. I have shed so many tears, because for someone who used to have absolutely no problem using the bathroom, to go from one extreme to another is like extremely heartbreaking, especially since there's no explanation as to why this has happened, where it came from. It truly came out of nowhere, and it took them so long to really determine out what was happening with me. So that is everything in a nutshell. I hope this explanation wasn't extremely long and lengthy. Sorry if there's bits and pieces that I just kind of cut out, because I could tend to ramble. But to make a long story short, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. It's been over a year now, and I have just got progressively worse. I have not responded to any medications, which is why they have me starting a biological treatment. That biological treatment is called Entyvio. It is a IV infusion. They inject it in my arm, and yeah, I am just trying to remain positive. I'm trying not to cry. And yeah, I just really hope that I can get back to my true self. That is also another thing that's been really like beating down on me and like so hard on me, is that it is so hard to wake up in the morning and do as I used to do. Like, I can't. Some mornings I can't even wake up. I just feel so groggy and drugged because I'm on so many medications right now. It's so ridiculous. But the plus side is that once I start my biological treatment and that kicks in, I will no longer be on any form of medication aside from that. So that's heaven sent, because if you guys know me, I am the last person to A, want to go to a doctor, and B, get prescribed medication. One thing I have been making a point to do is set aside time to read. I'm reading a really good book right now. It's called Defending Jacob. I just needed something to kind of get my head away from social media, technology in general, and just, you know, like really take time to fall into a book and just read away. I love it because it has a lot to do with what I've learned in school and the areas that I love. You guys know I want to go to law school. That is also a thing that I'm slowly working at. I've set a schedule for me to slowly study for my LSAT. I'm not rushing myself right now because of my health. My focus is mainly my health right now, but I do set aside about an hour or so a day to study for my LSAT, do some LSAT preps. Anyways, if you've made it this far in this vlog, I appreciate you. I thank you. I truly hope that you are doing well in life. Your mental health is extremely important, so if you need to take some time off of school, work, whatever it may be, don't feel bad for doing things for yourself. That is one thing that was a really hard pill for me to swallow, because I am a workaholic. I'm a go person. I'm gonna wrap that up here because I could probably ramble on for much longer. Let me know in the comments down below if you or anybody you know is also struggling with IBD or ulcerative colitis. I'm really trying my best to stay positive about this all. I've been very good with, you know, trying to plan out certain meals. Not that I want to start a food blog or anything, but I think I will maybe, I don't know, post like a Instagram story highlight on my page. So if you're not following me on social media, I'll leave it all in the description down below. You can go ahead and follow me on there. Again, like I was saying, I do want to grow my platforms and stuff like that. So yeah, join the fam, join the ride. We are all in this together. We will get through all this together. There's so much more to life. Nothing will stop me from that. I hope you guys all have a blessed day, and I will see you guys on the next vlog.